Okie dokie. Stream live. Looks like it. Let me make sure the Twitch is also. Based on that ping, I assume it is. No echo. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. You're supposed to boot muted. Okay. I should clear that. Okay. What if you open lobby, QM? What sort of gamers we got? Okay. Audio should be going through on my end. I think everything's good. Yee. Thank you for asking. I meant to change it to 5. 5 flat matches. Because we got 3 matchups today. Stretch. Oof. Okay. Nobody was asking for a open lobby, so I'm gonna just do the funny. What team am I playing today? Yeah, let's do this one. Oh no, I'm about to bully someone, aren't I? Do we know? We don't know. And or a masher. Okay. That's not gonna work. Yeah, too high. Absolute card. And we're bursting. Should have been dead. I'm using the line. Yeah, saw that one coming. Greetings. Nothing much, just chilling. I am not going to Evo, no. Oh, I'm getting sniped. What teams do I have? Do I want to do this? Yeah, let's mess around with this. But yeah, no, couldn't really justify going to Evo. Hello, Aki. I'll shot my beloved. That's supposed to be reverse quick. This doesn't. Oh, it actually does work nice now, right? E. Go low. Air throw. I thought you died ridiculously. I didn't delay it enough. No air throw cancel. I was really just trying to bait out the counter. I forget that can happen. I'm not. That is me not paying attention to an issue with Eliza routing. I needed to delay some things. Oh, that's not. I'm gonna. You've got to be kidding me, this character. I think my super. Must have done it too late. This side. Now let's just do this. That sucks. Interesting. Oh, that's funny. What a character. Oh, right, I already used that. I'm gonna just... Oh, that didn't hit. Okay. Did that fuzzy me? You can't move it during though. Am I too close to the corner? Oh, I'm sick. I have those. No, I don't! side. Two car. Damn. Be careful where you send your assists. Oh my god, my backdash. I think I win. I don't think you can do enough damage. Yeah, especially not now. Skadoosh. I don't think it's minus 17 if I only do it, but it's still pretty punishable. Keep messing that up. Thank you, head. No, really? I wanted IAD. I'm not entirely sure how I got that. Yeah, it's plus minus if you only do it. Good defense. That sucks. Really? Okay, I guess I needed to level 3. Does this hit the head? It does hit the head, that's hilarious. Oh, I run DP on this team. That sucks. Yeah. Signups aren't. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say they're probably closed. I got jumped. I didn't think I'd actually get under that. Can I hit this for once? There we go. That was an interaction. That hit cross. Good confirm. No, my dome. Alright. Do you drop these? I think you drop these. Oh, you don't? Wow, you kept that stable. You dropped. I tried to alpha counter there. I didn't know which direction it really wanted me. Not gonna lie. That. Okay, so it works in my favor. Counter. Does this work? It doesn't. I couldn't remember. My dome. That was same side, really. Gave me down bullets. get some life back. Really? That caught me up forward. I hate this character sometimes. Toes. Yeah, I saw him coming. I'll shot is an assist of all time. Man, this is mad annoying. Wait, I was mashing jab. You're minus after that. My cat's dying. I should have kept mashing. Right, overhead assist. Ah, I wasn't thinking about it. Well, I thought I could hit it for that. I'ma just... Let's get out of here. Yeah. Didn't know if I had enough in Izzy. Calling button. I should have jabbed. I thought you'd be able to push block earlier. Oh god! Overhead assist. Bonk. I didn't believe in that confirm. Ah, it's not good. My pillar. I swear I pillared there. We're mashing. Still not mashing. Well, this just sucks for you. I did wrong. I should be dead for this. That's what I would say. Didn't catch you in landing frames. I didn't really confirm. Yeah. Why? You risked so much with that assist call. Oh yeah, that game went so long. Okay. Okie doke, okie doke. But yeah, so this is the Funny Get Great event. For those of y'all who don't know, if you haven't been, it is a educational event. It's kind of like show matches where we give live advice. We encourage y'all, if you're participating, to pause the stream and then listen to it afterwards. It helps your connection. It helps you not have voices in your head telling you what to do with delay. Helps you focus more. But yeah, play 5 flat matches this week, regardless of score. Give you advice, and hopefully point out things for you to work on over the next coming weeks. So, that's all. Let's get... no, we asked for Octo and Suki. Do you still want it to be delayed slightly, Suki, or should we just run it as is now? Because you're here. Either way, while I'm waiting for that, there are things for me to do. Get this up. Pin. I was asking if you're good to just run it as is, or if you still want a slight delay so you can settle in a little bit more first. When did I turn my fan off? I need that always. Alright. Tsukiyomi in here? Or Octo, sorry, not Tovad. And I mean, yeah, I sent out the ping. If anyone wants to pop in, they can for comms. But I'm also fine running it solo. Done it before, and I'll probably have to do it again.
Whoa, Aki be upon ye.
Attack. I'll stream. If it lets me... Did you get in time?
No.
Okay, yeah. Tempted to yell at you for copyright infringement.
I thought it would be fitting since I was commentating with you today. I'm not gonna keep it or anything, don't worry.
Squint. Squint.
I mean, my lawyer said legally I have never seen this name before, and it is totally original.
Yeah, okay, so Octo is dabbling into the cat girl, and the cat girl is baby. And then Suki said something, but what was it? Oh, Suki was the one person who did. Oh my god, this didn't have a bunch.
Wow.
Caught though?
Good reset. We should... This should be dead, right? Oh.
Not quite. That
Oh, okay.
shouldn't have
You almost
worked.
died.
That.
What?
That's kind of crazy.
You
could have picked up.
I feel like that chair pickup wasn't worth it, right? Because that EVP was already coming out.
I mean, they might have been autopiloting it and not seeing it, which is understandable, but... Yeah, so Tsukiyomi's trying to call out a lot of what they're doing and just not doing it at the right spacing. Yeah.
Yeah. Good night.
Alright, cat.
Cat girl?
Yeah, 2 medium kick is not great for the cat.
Hit confirm things. I bet it was supposed to be... But...
Snapper? Yep.
Okay. Oh, you don't have the chair? You got it?
Arm. Yeah, you have to force them to block. They were in hop dash.
Unlucky. Okay.
Bonk, bonk. Oh, we're doing strangely optimal routes. Oh my god.
Wow, that hit?
Yep. 2LK is the lanky button. That was not H-Fiber. That is not that invuln. If you're gonna mash a fiber under pressure, H-Fiber is definitely the one to go to. That's so rarely wins. Good end here.
Nice.
Ah!
What? I thought that was gonna go under at least.
She fell pretty fast. We gotta finish our routes, gamers.
The main thing with the Fortune, it's maybe, I would say that combo you're going for, I can tell where you're messing it up. You're doing JHP, ID, JHP, but you're doing the second JHP too fast. So slow it down a little bit. You can let the ID rock for a little bit. It'll make the combo more consistent.
Yeah, it really helps to stabilize.
Other than that, I haven't seen her ID very much yet, if at all. I'm gonna have to watch that a little bit more, see how we're putting those into pressure.
Jump, jump. Something tells me that isn't what we wanted, but it still worked out. Yeah, if you're gonna call your assist, you gotta be able to protect them.
Yeah.
Especially because Fortune doesn't really have a reason to run far away. We're pressing. Both of y'all are not mashing with H-Fiber. It's really weird.
Okay.
Falling button. Didn't hit confirm. Wasn't expecting it to connect.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I think you could have just killed there if you did jump light kick, jump heavy punch, M Gato, just restun them into jab, ender, and spend. Big thing for making sure your routes are really stable. Try to avoid using the stand heavy kick 3 there. If you can cancel it on the second hit, that one vacuums them in and makes it so much harder for anything to whiff. The third hit pushing them away, especially on air hits, is really weird. Did we mean to go headless?
I don't think so. Unless? Okay, show me something real quick.
Down low.
So, if you're not comfortable with headless, please don't be afraid to just back off. Call your assist, especially if you're running Bayo 2 HP. Call your assist, get your head back so you can play the game that you want to play.
Did we have OTG? We did. I'm pretty sure you could have done pillar bike spikes and killed there. If you have OTG, that works as an ender. No matter what part of the screen you're on, Tsuki. Oh no, yeah, you don't gotta respect that. If it hits, dash up low. Yeah. You do not need to be afraid of the Bayo chair recall if you ever hit him. The hitbox goes away instantly. So you had a free heavy counter hit route there that you got jump scared out of a little bit.
One main thing I'm noticing for you, Octos, I can kind of see the game plan you're going for, but you probably want to set yourself up in a position, if you're going to be trying to set up 2 HP to play with Fortune, where Bayo has at least 1 hype, or like ideally 2, so that way when he comes back in, it's not too hard to get the chair back.
Neutral button, jump heavy punch, stand heavy punch.
Oh, nice. Yes. Keep it simple.
Yeah. And so, Tsuki, the Bayo Fortune is a weird matchup where, like, you know you have lanky buttons and you kind of get caught by Bayo kind of just pressing stuff. That being said, you can't be so afraid that you just run yourself into the corner. If you just dash block at him, there's not too much he can force you to do. Obviously, blocking and being forced to be in his advantage is not great, but your 2 light kick outranges most of what he does. You can kind of footsie him with stand heavy punch as well. And if he ever jumps at you, you don't need to really be worried about too much. So it's like, you gotta close down some space and be a bit more aggressive. Because, funnily enough, your character doesn't really need to respect the grappler man.
I remember when we had that whole community debate on whether this was a good or bad matchup for Bayo.
On the bright side, you can't up forward jump light kick him anymore.
Ah, you're too fast. Nice patience.
Oh no! Yeah, gotta respect that assist. I think you could have feraled there. It's hard to hit confirm like that, but you could have. Do you have these? Yeah! It's weird at that spacing. Figuring out the jumps, the delays, to get all of that to work is just a part of learning that route. Especially for different weights. On lights, it's really annoying. You need to delay it more than you think you do.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It definitely took me forever to get it on lights.
But the thing to always keep in mind is that's one of the only air hits you don't need to worry about being too late on, for the most part, because it puts them into a fall leg knockdown state. So it's like they're never recovering from that too early. So you really can't afford to delay it a ton.
If he's backing off, don't be afraid to hit the assist a little bit more.
Yep.
Nice PBG.
Yeah.
Ah, a little too slow.
Yeah. One thing, I mean, this is for both of you, just to be dangerous of for Fortune, using stand medium kick in your hit confirms is, like, makes hit confirming really easy, but if you get in the habit of doing it too much and it becomes your default block string, you become PBGC fodder. So it's a balance you need to start thinking about pressing it too much, because it can be a danger to yourself.
I need to watch Suki's Fortune again next game, but I noticed a lot when we had Bay on the corner, we were doing a lot of, like, we were going for a lot of IEDs, whether or not we were fully covered, and it looked like Octo had a good few opportunities to mash that he didn't notice.
Yeah, I think also just in general, Suki is not doing dash up low all that much, so Octo can default to block overhead.
Yeah.
Pop, pop. Spend it. Bikes, Egret, or yeah, level 3 Egret bikes. Tons of damage in the tank.
If you have OTG, could you level 3 Egret bikes and then bikes again?
Yes.
That's cool.
I love this character. I'm pretty sure that works. I need to double check because the bikes need to hit them at a certain height. If they hit them too low, I think it doesn't work. No, it should always work because bikes always works even if they're grounded.
Okay.
Yeah, that should always work. Oh, that was a lane cancel! All shot, let's go! But yeah, if you lane cancel Beowulf like that, mash jab in his face. Especially one like that one I'm pretty sure you get a counter hit. That was a really good land cancel and you just didn't quite recognize it. Bonk, 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 bonk.
Good back off, Octo.
You are still airborne. Patience.
You shouldn't go into that ever.
I'm not gonna say ever. That's a bold choice.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
That's not gonna work. I think you needed to Airwolf. Tsuki, you could have just done that again. Stinger into Stinger.
We didn't even have to super, right? We could have just took in a regular punish. Did I look at that wrong?
I'm not entirely sure. That... Oh yeah, because it was a sweep. You don't get the hit on the assist because it was a sweep.
Octo, instead of jumping at them with JLK, up forward JLK and then IAD, like air dash and then JLK JMP.
Also, just a general playing Fortune v Para. Unironically, it's one of the matchups where you're level 3. You get more from just running at them on the ground. you can do a decent amount in the air. Oh, it's not quite dead. It's timed.
Wow. Oh, we tried to jump.
You hate to see it. Yeah, but Fortune run, low profiles, all shots but medium shot. But then they're not plus... Well, depending on the spacing, they could be plus on block. I'm pretty sure at low profiles, they're jab. You can just run under the majority of Parasol stuff, and so she's like forced to 2 medium punch you, but then by the time she's in that range, that's when you can threaten IADs, and you can cover a lot of ground on the ground just by dashing at her. You don't need to permanently stay in the air.
I think in general that's probably a good thing for both of you two to take in mind is like movement in general. A lot of Fortune's movement or neutral is movement. You're trying to place JLK and 2LK, so you gotta be willing to run, gotta be willing to jump, double jump, and all that. Not just, I don't know. I felt like how I see a lot of new players play is like I'm gonna throw a button at you, but I don't have a lot of a plan behind it. You know. I think adding the movement helps you formulate how to put those buttons out a little bit better.
Dovo is having a little bit of a struggle getting in. But yeah, general thoughts. I mean, I don't think there were like any major issues.
Not really.
It's honestly just good SG. Need to go back and like VOD review a little bit, but I think there are situations where y'all can understand how supers interact with each other a little bit more. In terms of like Annie can do Stinger into Stinger, she might be able to do Stinger into Beam. Like I think if you could go into an Annie super and then DHC to Para, you have a kill there, sort of deal. So it's and also knowing which supers beat what other supers and hit confirming with them. But those are like minor routing and punish things, but they help a lot. Learning Super Wars is a big thing in this game.
I don't think it's that bad, Octo. Everybody kind of autopilots, right? Some advice that someone gave me before is like, because we all autopilot, the goal should be to get your autopilot up to the point where you can autopilot without hanging yourself, right? So if you're aware of it, just play and like focus on ending your block strings in a certain way. That way that becomes your autopilot.
Okay, we've got to join their lobby.
Okay.
But yeah, but yeah, especially specials weren't as bad. I think the worst part was autopiloting into Wolf Shoot. Because you did that a decent amount on block and just kind of got bonked for it. Alright, okay. But yeah, overall, good. And again, if y'all have any further questions, please just ask now if you're in chat, or if it comes up later, just ping us.
Yeah. You all should know me by now. If you ping me, I'll type you up like a huge little document. Stuff for you to work on. Just ask. I love talking about this game.
Okay, yeah. And then these goobers. So, Dovo, yell at him for Mbang.
Okay.
And talk about alternatives he could use in the situations where he's using them.
Okay.
And then, yeah, okay, Zillow was more so about timing than anything else.
Timing? Wait, timing on what?
Like, being here on time.
Oh, okay. I will primarily focus on M-Bank placement then.
You are ballsy. What in the world? Okay, so first and foremost, I'm gonna say push blocking the projectiles is usually not gonna be in your favor. I can understand if these are just really buffered up. Yes, you can counter that. Wow.
Nice.
If they're buffered dashes, I understand. But if you're just mindlessly push blocking, try and get that out of your system. I'll leave it at that because they very well could just be buffered dashes.
You called that a little too early, so kind of delay your overhead assist calls because they still have to land.
I mean, I'm a little bit okay with that one because it prevents them from pressing a falling button and then it drags them into the high-low. So it doesn't always need to serve the overhead purpose.
That's true.
Mashing saw on approach.
I'm gonna nitpick. If you mash saw and you did H danger, then I need you to do magnet and take your turn. Please, just take your hit.
Especially with that much bar.
Yeah. You look
Scalpels!
good.
You can scalpels that.
You can scalpels L danger? Oh, from there, yeah.
Yeah, if it's not already hitting you out of it. So like you saw that it wasn't hitting and you went for the projectile instead of just scalpels. One of them gives you a combo. Air EKG? Ground EKG. Okay.
You scared me for a second there. Yeah, that makes sense.
No.
Okay. What do you use your RC for?
Dude.
Okay. The most expensive do nothing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that's the nuclear option. That is crazy. You thought you delayed it enough. I feel so bad. I can understand exactly why you did what you did. So it's either delay it more or just go for the throw punish, because I think the throw gets extra scaling on, or like deals extra damage to it anyway.
If you get the knockdown situation and you're gonna go for a button after, like, as they're attacking whatever way, you gotta get that meaty. Zillow should not have been able to mash on you there. I don't think it should have been your turn. I think we just delayed that button a little too long. Okay, game 1, no M-bangs. What about game 2?
And so, one big thing, if you watch, yeah, that is you can honestly just throw projectiles at that. Actually, not in the Dahlia matchup anymore. Never mind, because of the changes.
So, what I'll say there is, in a situation where they're coming in at you and you're not sure, I think it's probably better to either move back and get some space. If you watch Milk gameplay, he'll do this a lot. You get into the certain ranges and like you to get to, and he'll just start backdashing so you can throw projectiles again. Or I would just be committed to block. Now that M-Bang is like vacuum, you just gotta understand that it's not what it used to be. Yeah. And you could just get killed for it.
And in that spacing specifically, I'm pretty sure I would have wanted to just hold up back. You just need to be ready to take the throw, or if you want to be aggressive, you can try and press jump heavy punch to box out the space, or Avery to prevent them from following.
Yeah.
That sort of deal. You don't necessarily need to hold your ground there. And so a big thing for you, Zola, for the Dahlia Peacock matchup, if you watch how EKG? Yes. If you watch how Race plays it, Race will sit at a range where he can almost always threaten on reaction some sort of jump, whether it's up, back, neutral jump, or forward jump heavy kick, and just outright punish her for getting projectiles out, because she can't cancel out of them that fast. So if you get into that range, all of a sudden Peacock needs to respect Dahlia so much. And now that it's a physical hit, and it makes them, well, now that they go away on physical hits, you no longer have the saving grace of a bomb coming into save you from that situation. Again, I think you can scalpels there.
I will say, Dobo, I think you're playing defense too actively. Oh, okay.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, not every option needs to be a mash. Blocking, I feel like, is way too underrated for players in this game. Everyone just wants to mash something. You get the micro dash there.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch a lot of the players who people like consistently praise for good defense, so like if you watch Swergen isn't mashing all that much, like not preemptively. It's not fighting to try and just guess there's a gap here. It's I'm setting up my defense in a way that I know if you pressure here, I can jab here or I can reversal here. And more often than not, he's just sitting there and push blocking and taking throws. Like, he's not mashing all that much until you give him the window that he goes, wait, you can't do that. And he just starts pressing in your face. Level 3. Oh, counter venom. Right.
Oh, nice.
Bunk. I completely forget you can THC at the counter venom.
I didn't even... It's always weird for me when she does it because I never remember that she had a vial loaded because it's usually she loads it early and I get counter venom DHC'd way later. Another thing to add on to the defense thing too is like... I think it's important to like watch what your opponent does. Like, you were touching on this a little bit too, but like I think it's really important to hammer home like... If they show you how they're gonna mix you, then you don't need to really press anything. You don't need to press at least an invul thing as a guess. You can be like, oh, I can link. Like for example, Philia's doing ID over JHK. You see them do it like a bunch of times, then you're like, okay, so they're partial to this option on mix up, back to block it, or look for a land cancel or whatever. You know. You start targeting what they do, and that helps you a lot in having better defense. I'm still so unused to the Dahlia into double tag stuff that it's so cool. But I don't.
Yeah, teleport out.
Like it's not gonna work.
That is the danger about constantly jumping. My advice versus Peacock will almost universally be stay on the ground until you need to move to avoid something. Because yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's not good.
I was just gonna say quickly that M-Bang from mid-range, I still don't know if it's worth it. Like that, like the M-Bangs like that right there. I don't think you need to commit to something like that.
Yeah. Especially if you're doing it to someone landing on top of you, you have one of the best anti-airs in the game. You have one of the best up back buttons in the game, and up back, I'm pretty sure it's jump light kick the hammer. No, that's punch, isn't it? But like you have some really good up back buttons. You can play a lot less committal defense. Punch move works a lot better when they're just running at you on the ground because it's a sword. It's a sword special. Land cancel backdash.
I've been playing like a lot of Dragon Ball recently. Wow. The thing that I've learned I think really applies to this game is just knowing when you shouldn't commit in general, right? That felt like old Peacock muscle memory. Yeah.
No BHC to barrel wouldn't quite chip out. Yeah.
So have we decided how good H Doily is versus Peacock?
I have never seen a Dahlia use it versus Peacock.
Crazy. I think it's at least worth trying. It's specifically a counter for projectiles now. Right?
Yeah,
so.
like I understand the intent, but Dahlia's movement is really good at just navigating everything.
Oh, already?
Her dash is relatively decent, and it's like the way Assault works, it takes her over a lot of things. So like, Watching Race move through stuff full screen, she's kind of big and lanky, but once you get the gap, you can just shoot it. Yeah, super jump onslaught gets over H George, sort of type beat. Like, you can just get around a ton of stuff.
Okay.
Yep, tech forward. So, universally full screen neutral jump should get you over air surcharge, so you can avoid getting put in block stun, land, then either dash or chicken block the incoming item drop.
Well, I'm guessing it's an accidental backdash.
Ground dash here? You're tall. Huh.
So, if you had the bar and you were going to spend it anyway, I feel like it would have been better to place barrel because it makes it way easier to navigate. None of the ground Georges are... All you have to play around is like H George and item drop, right? So, if you're going to spend the meter to DHC out, you might as well spend the meter to get in.
Alright, how do we play this matchup? One big thing I will always say for playing versus Robo, if you are like mid-screen or further away, one of the best things you can do is just try and get above her. As long as you're like trying to not let them get across the screen, getting above her means she can't beam you or anything. And so that just gives you a really easy way to approach and get a ton of distance. Just like super jump and then double jump forward. Obviously don't be super predictable about it, but well, that should be punished. Oh yeah, you bailed out at the last possible minute.
I don't think what I would do here. I would probably get Valen, right?
Honestly, at that point, I would rather just the Dahlia die, because I don't want to risk losing half of Val's life.
Okay, wait.
Her level 3 doesn't hit both characters. Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, no. Good defense? Ah, you hate to see it.
Do you count Robo's jump stunts?
No. Well, at least not intentionally.
I'm starting to wonder if that might be something good to do versus her, because you have to. That's like pretty much what you have to do to interact with Dragon Ball, and she jumps up really high and stays up there for a while, like Dragon Ball. So.
Oh, gotta fix that route a little bit. Heavy counter hit. Heavy counter hit. What?
No.
We gotta mix. Time's a factor. Went for it. Yeah, we don't have enough time. Can't believe she gassed a poor child. Freeze frame.
I'm starting to realize pretty heavily, Dilbo. I think you like are a little, not even a little, like just too preemptive. You mentioned it, and I started watching it a lot more, and like, I don't think he had committed to. He up forwarded, had air dash and double jump and air stall, and you were already pressing JLK way too preemptively. Whiffed it, pressed it again, and didn't really see what he was doing. And it didn't matter at that point, but that's not how at least I would play defense.
E. Do we have these? That sucks. Punch move? Yeah. As I was talking about earlier, Zillow, I think you should be using jump heavy kick a lot more. Like, especially at these spacings, you could just be punishing the punch move with jump heavy kick. Nice. I'm not seeing you press that button that much at all, actually. For Dahlia. Yep, going out underneath you. You do have a tendency, Zillow, to try and really shut down the airspace and land from above, but that really lets Peacock and Robo both just run out underneath you for free.
Yeah.
good chunk of damage on the assist, but yeah, keep them close to the corner. Got by the sweep. Hello, rat.
So, Zilla, I feel like... Okay, from what I understand from watching Cap talk about it, Valentine is like a very hard matchup for Robo, right? Because she has to guess. But you're not making her guess with your movement, so she... Okay, well, Van died. But what I'm kind of watching is Robo will just go up to the top of the screen and shoot beams, and you'll get chunked in the ground, wait for it to land, not catch her. She goes back up to the top of the screen, L beam, chunks your health bar while you're on the ground. When really, you could just kind of be watching how they move and like, if they jump, you could jump one time, and now they have to guess, are you going to double jump, or are you going to land? That means they have to delay where they're throwing their beams, gives you more time to move.
Unless you actively chose to use that super for the corner carry and pushing them away, I think I would have rather you killed with Magnet than beam there. Just deny that team as much meter as possible, because Dahlia and, what's-her-face? Double both really like meter. Like, giving Dahlia access to the girls, which... I feel like she probably could just do girls into double and be really happy. Does it get a combo? No, okay. Saw? That's gonna hit the barrel too. That's not safe. Wait, I thought that wasn't safe. It's not. I have to check this now. They didn't change that to make it safe, right? I thought that was pretty minus.
I will be right back. Sorry, something just came up.
All good. Yeah, it's minus 16 on block. We gotta punish that. Hello, JP. But yeah, okay, so... Again, kind of... A different side to the talking about the Val Robo matchup is, again, getting above Robo can do a lot for you, especially when you're trying to approach. So you can be sitting in the air as she's trying to rise up, and then all of a sudden she has to deal with contesting airspace of jump heavy kick, or jump medium kick, or jump light punch. You were kind of just sitting on the ground and let Robo do what she wants to do. So... trying to think of a more proactive game plan might help you in that matchup a lot. Because you have the mobility to work around it. You're just not really using it all that much. Big thing for Tsukiyomi is getting a little bit more used to using your Dahlia movement, and specifically, out of any of the like tools in her kit, using jump heavy kick more. Getting to a range where you can just threaten jump heavy kick kind of is really annoying for a lot of people to deal with. And then, like, again, it's an especially useful tool in the Peacock matchup. Actually, wait, did I lie? Is there jump heavy kick coded as a projectile? I don't actually know. Where are her jumping normals? It is not coded as a projectile. Okay. So yeah, especially now that Peacock bombs go away, being ready and able to use that to then get punishes on Peacock for zoning at bad ranges, I think will help you a ton. And like I said earlier, the best example for this, even pre-patch, is just go watch Race play against any of the Peacocks in like any of the Mixed Masters or other big brackets. It's really phenomenal how well he moves in spaces around that character. Outside of that, advice for other characters? Dovad, I mean, the funny thing is, a lot of the times when you're using Punch Move, you can unironically still use L George. So, like, yes, L George goes away on hit, after a couple of frames. So it's still there to just body block and trade with you, like people doing stuff in your face. So I think in a lot of these instances where you're trying to do punch move, especially some of these more spaced ones, maybe just be a little bit more disrespectful and throw out bombs instead, because they're pseudo DPs at the end of the day. They just trade. And then it's one of those things where it's like you need to kind of do your zoning, but you're no longer using stand heavy punch. Stand heavy punch is too slow. You start with L George to make that wall right in front of you, and then you can either teleport backwards or you can call another one to like make a weird frame trap thing. Nowhere near as strong as it used to be now that they go away on strike. But usually L George trading will be relatively even, unless it's something really stupid like Big Band hit stun. Or sound stun, rather. So it's like you can not panic as much with punch move and kind of just go, no, I'm still getting a bomb out. Outside of that, again, you have a really good anti-air, and you have really good up and back options. Up back jump light punch is a silly, silly button. It cuts down a lot of space. And then because you have a air dash, you can air dash cancel out of it. And then go into jump heavy punch, which is another wall that also shoots you backwards. Or you can do it into Avery and then make a wall of a projectile that people need to think about how they approach you behind it. That whole thing. You don't got a panic to reversal option. I think those were the biggest things. Was there anything else for any of these characters? I think that's mostly it. Again, y'all know the deal. Ask your question in chat, ask your question on the server, ping me anytime in the future if you're rewatching this and going, I wish he talked about that, or I don't understand what he said, yada yada yada. It's a learning resource. Okay. That being said, I will ping at will, because it is will versus training wheels. And training wheels is already here. So I don't know how long will take. So I think I'm gonna start this with addressing the thing I kind of alluded to earlier, where I think you have the issue I think you have based on the questions you asked, specifically about being worried about plateauing and not feeling like you're improving, and feeling that you're very linear and suck up adaptation. I think you might have just really settled into an autopilot, and you aren't actively thinking about parts of the game while you're playing. Even if you like are thinking you're playing the game and like actively trying to apply yourself, and obviously you're still giving the game a decent amount of your attention. You cannot play this game without focusing, but you might just be going through the motions, doing the things you're very used to doing, not paying attention to your habits and how your opponent is adapting, not paying attention to your opponent's habits and how you need to adapt to change them. And so how to address this is to work on actively thinking about the game again. The way I recommend doing this is whether through VOD review, going to sessions like this and getting advice from other people, or just retrospect from playing games. Actively think about things you need to work on. And whether it's mental or a written list somewhere, start making a list of things to improve on. And it can be really broad, as in use PBGC more, or use Absolute Guard more, or look to tech throws more, like really broad on that. Or it can be anything as narrow as, in this matchup, when they do this, I want to start doing this. And so you'll have this list of things to work on, and pick, I suggest 1 to 2, however much you feel comfortable thinking about in a game without overloading yourself. And also try and pick things that happen in your games more often than not, because the more often they come up, the more often you can recognize them and work on it. And so you pick a select few things and just go, I'm working on this, I'm thinking about this, and just try and actively keep in your mind, I am focusing on this aspect. So like for me personally, My offense is pretty linear and predictable, and I don't use some of the tools in this game. So for me, one of the things I'm trying to work on right now personally is I need to start recognizing my opponent's habits, specifically their push block habits, and I need to figure out an adaptation on how to open them up. So I need to go into a game with, I'm going to focus on this in mind. And once I go into that game with thinking about focusing that in mind, in particular, I will do my best to recognize it and work on it in game. And while I'm focusing on that, I might be worse at other things that I'm not putting as much mental capacity towards now. I might be getting checked by a couple more things in neutral because I'm thinking ahead about the offense I want to run. And so it's like, you need to be willing to put yourself in a situation where I'm working on this, but you can't get frustrated at yourself for messing other things up or messing up the thing you're working on. You're working on it for a reason. It's not going to come instantaneously. So if you start doing stuff and then realize, oh, I'm not working on the thing I said I would, don't beat yourself up. Just make that mental note, right, I'm supposed to be working on this. Let's get back on it. Because the reason you have to work on it is it wasn't something that you were always thinking about in the first place. It's going to be hard to fix habits. That's what this is. This is fixing your autopilot. It is giving you extra things to think about and work on and improve your game. And once you start getting in this habit, again, you are fixing your habit, so you're improving your autopilot, and you are relearning how to actively think about the game while you are playing. That was, unironically, one of my biggest issues for the past year. And so if I'm like really wanting to improve, I will try and to go into a set with something in mind. That being said, you don't always have to do this. You can also just say, I'm going to boot up and play for fun. I don't feel like sweating. I don't feel like running my brain through the ringer, making sure I'm good at this game. Pick and choose your balance. But that is, at least from what you were asking about, what I think is the diagnosis and treatment. So yeah, that's the TED Talk. We still don't have Will, so I think I'll be opening this up to an open lobby. If there's anyone advanced in chat who would like to play against Training Wheels, feel free. If I don't see something in a minute or two, I might ping, and if another minute or two pass, I will ready it myself and hopefully still be able to give good advice. Yeah, and I'll gladly talk about anyone with this because, again, it's been one of my biggest issues, and two, when you get, especially to like advanced and middle advanced and beyond, improvements to the game don't become, it becomes hard, and it becomes a much more mental game than an execution thing, because it's like, you know how to fix execution, you know how to implement a lot of these things. You need to relearn how to set expectations, what growth looks like, and how to keep it manageable for yourself. And that's true for like getting to the upper echelon of any fighting game. So it's a struggle. Working on habits is hard. I mean, being more social and in tune can help, but can also hurt. It really depends on the type of people you like talking with, the type of conversation you mesh with. There are some gamers I need to be in a particular state of mind to talk about the game with. Sometimes I just hate the game even more with hanging out in certain crowds. But finding a small group to ask about things is really good. And then, especially, even if you just want a place to ask for stuff, Get Gr8 will always be that server. If you just want to ask, how do I find examples? One sec, I'll get this ping out. Yeah, if you just want, especially for examples and stuff, a lot of people here know the gamers to watch, and so I'll give you a name, or if you ask, honestly, some people might even just find you specific sets. Especially because it's like, I quote-unquote work for this game. I cast a lot of tournaments. I see a lot of gameplay, so I can tell you who the best performing versions of certain characters are. Yada, yada, yada. But, it's cool. Spent a lot of time in this game, and so I'm glad I can use that to help other people. And then I'll also just take any excuse I can to shill Race gameplay, because he's so good at this game. It's nuts. I love that man with a burning passion. Alright, so... I think what I'm gonna do... I'll wait till 7:54. If no one else is here, I'll ready up and play. I won't be able to give as much live advice, and hopefully I'll be able to focus enough on your gameplay to give you some things. But if at any point in time you're rewatching this and have extra questions, please ask me after the set or again in future days if you just want to ping me and ask questions. Especially if, like, with a timestamp, if it's about certain interactions or certain things I've said. Please do so. Because I will definitely be able to give... I won't be able to give anywhere near as good advice while I'm playing, because I have to think about the stupid game. Oh, no. I don't know how to play Marie, sorry. I can't, I was like, you were asking about a matchup, right? And then I realized that's not a character I know how to play. I'll play this team again. How do we play this matchup? Patient defense. Oh, we were on Clyde. Okay. DP assist? Right. Instant overhead? That's not what I wanted. Nice. Good confirm. I don't think you've gone for an overhead yet. I can't agree with that. I'm gonna just... Honestly, get her in here. I'm assuming that was supposed to be a Hell Bomber. Don't really gotta push block hot. Ah, nice smash. You can go into bikes and get a full combo there. One thing I think I am noticing... oops. Trying to talk. Is I think you can do more with your hits. You're not making me really worried about staying an advantage. Or, like, you being an advantage. I'm not super afraid on defense. Nice. Pick up. Mix. Kill. I didn't get my super. Good PBGC. Not respecting it. Overhead. There you go. You have life lead. How do you play this? Aggressive. I got caught in pre-block. Nice. Yeah, okay. So I'm liking how you're playing defense. I need to change up my game to see how you are going to change how you run your defense. I thought I could get there in time. Good mix. Kill for 1 bar. I tried to dead zone that. You mistimed that slightly. I didn't block that correctly. I just got unblockable protection. Dang, okay. That sucks. I was right, you are fishing for anti-airs a lot. So I was trying to call you out for that. But you're waiting for them a lot, so you're not ready for me to just jump at you. I think we got land cancel push block, but in general we don't really need to be push blocking this character. Really? Okay. Oh, this is rough. Also, I'm pretty sure you can car me on reaction. That should have been a combo. How did that go? Under. Okay. Danny is looking to play reactively, but maybe a little bit too reactively. But I need to get it. I need to stop eating projectiles. DP assist. I did not want that. Not entirely sure what I'm doing. Are you gonna tech out? Tier ruins that. Good pickup. Kill her. I'ma just... That actually avoided that. Okay. I'm so sad. Yeah, I appreciate what you're trying to do. It's just really hard to do that versus Parasol. Parasol's one of the characters you can't really do that to. I think you can Clyde me there and make it under, by the way. I kind of just walk her in. Yeah, you run away a lot on Parasol. Not necessarily an awful thing. Good earth throw. Did I do that right? Not right. We tagging out? That sucks. Yeah, here you're calling me out for that. Need to start posting stem heavy punch. That was supposed to be 6 heavy punch. I thought I could time a meaty jab there. You are pressing a lot of falling buttons on defense. Yeah. I feel that. I don't block those. Okay. I mashed! That's very weird. Getting out. Fair enough. Yeah. Push blocking this character is hard. Sometimes you're just wrong. That's not what I wanted. Good defense. I didn't believe that. Wait, that's not an active. That's not grayed out. Mashing tag. That sucks. Yeah, okay. So things I'm thinking about. GG's. I really did like a lot of what you were playing, and you have some really good baseline habits. So you fish for PBGC Invuln a lot, and it felt like when I stopped giving you that option, you were just staring at me a lot. And your defense was really solid for the most part. I was struggling to open you up. But all of a sudden it became a lot more consistently my turn, and you didn't fully know where to contest once I just didn't overcommit my point character into your PBGC window. So you do a really good job recognizing when people have overextended, but you might not have a backup plan for when that doesn't work anymore. And so that's something to think about. And so things to mess with for that, for example, are looking for different gaps, whether you're in the same push block patterns or a different push block pattern. So it's like, obviously, if an assist is in your face, you kind of just need to respect it. But then all of a sudden you go, okay, they no longer have an assist, and I can look for a gap now. But if I'm doing some stuff that might be a bit more stagger pressure, or if I'm just giving you your turn, and if you're like, okay, they're really respecting my mash option here, I'm instead going to press 2LP and force them to block, and now I'm plus and I can run my offense. Another thing to do is to change when you push block. So you, like, if I'm doing this preemptively and I'm really trying to not overextend on my block strings, all of a sudden you not push blocking means I'm not putting you in block stun and you have a window to press there. And so, like, the best example for this is usually Philia, where it's like if a Philia is doing ID, jump light kick, jump light punch, or jump light punch, jump light kick at you, and you push block them away, if they're sloppy with it and they're like trying to cheat in space because they expect you to push block the final hit, when they go to overhead you again, when they go to for the follow-up IID, because you didn't push block, you now have the time to just jab them and counter hit them for it. Simple. It's like things to think about for that, for like mixing up your defensive options. You didn't use your assist super aggressively to check the approaching space. So you have anti-DP assist, which I felt like you used more towards the beginning of the set than the end. And that is something you can just go, oh crap, they're running at me, I kind of want to press this button. Because as long as they don't get in throw range, they have to respect it. But to that point as well, I think you can use two medium punch for the same job a lot of the time. You weren't pressing it all that much. Two medium punch is a really good parasol button. You can just close down space. For double, it's usually stand heavy punch or two heavy punch. But it becomes a really risky game for the opponent, because once you're in those ranges and get used to pressing that, if they block it, you have Luger, which keeps you safe, usually plus even at that spacing. And then once they start respecting it too much and they get antsy, they kind of like dash block into that space, and that lets you dash up low throw them. And so you can start mixing up. It's like, oh, they now expect me to check them and force them to respect space. I will use that respect to then go down this extra layer. So it's like thinking about defense that way, being a bit more preemptive rather than running away, getting put into block stun, and then fighting for your life after you're already there. The other big thing, and I mentioned this game 1 or game 2 even already, was I'm not super afraid of your offense. You are very willing to back up and go to neutral, which with your characters usually isn't that big of a problem because they have really strong neutral game plans. But I think you can afford to like try and crack me open a little bit more. I have really solid defense for the most part, so it's hard. But if you stay in and force me to gamble a little bit, it's like, I'm gonna get antsy and like try and get my way out on defense, you might find some holes in my defense. And so you were doing a lot of dash up high-low, especially because like with Parasol you have your overheads, you have your stomp, and you have Clyde. And so that was catching me. That's really hard to block, and the times you chose to do it were really good. But outside of that, a lot of your characters can do dash up throw. You never really checked to see if I tech all that much, which... Secret, I don't. I'm really bad at ground teching. So, understanding that that's an option to get in, and it's like... I know a lot of players are really tentative to use ground throw because it's like, oh, but I'm going to be scaled. This is Skullgirls. You have the hit. You can do the most gross mix you want on hit. And it's like, if it takes an extra touch, it is what it is. You're still in control of the game. So try and throw a little bit more, or just in general, recognize that you're not using all of your offensive options. And I think that will help your offense and defense a decent amount. Your offense a decent amount. I feel like those were the biggest things. Was there anything else? I think outside of maybe upbacking a little bit too much, but that might be more... I don't know if I necessarily conditioned you, but I tend to go for overhead a lot, so blocking overhead is a good default, but I caught you a decent amount with like Parasol jab into 6 medium punch, or I just did Fortune 2LK 2LK, and the second one caught you upbacking. Eliza, I'm kind of bad at doing it, but you saw me go for it a decent amount, and you got stuck in pre-block, but I just was a little bit too far away. But that's hard to do in the moment, and sometimes you just guess wrong. It's the gambling meme. It's like, ah, dang it. You can't always be right, especially in a game like this. There's too much. But yeah, I think those are honestly the major things. And so, along with the TED Talk at front, hope a lot of this advice helps you. And again, if you have questions, ask now while you still got me on voice, or if they come up later, especially when you're rewatching, just shoot me a ping. If it's with if it's about something specific I said, a timestamp helps a lot for me to figure out context. But yeah, hope that helps, and glad to see you around again. It's been nice running into you occasionally on QM. Para, I love this character. And goofball character. B, on that note, I think we'll be wrapping up here. I'll get the video game? I'll get the video playing, and I'll probably be sending y'all over to Aki for the beginner intermediate bracket. So, have a lovely weekend, everybody. Reminder that I don't think there's any... No, Hunter's Hustle is tomorrow. Specifically a beginner bracket. Cheekly Weekly will be on Monday, and then we'll be back again on Wednesday with Be Great, our open bracket. So, with that out of the way, this has been Get Great. Have a good night, everyone. Take care.
And my spectator.
That's okay.
Oh, nice. Ooh.
Oh, we avoided it. Nice.
Oh, let me see it.
Hey,
the combo?
you finished this. They died.
It's somewhat of a combo, yeah.
Hey, they're dead.
We're missing a few more parts to it, but
Yeah.
We got Abomination.
It's like we have some bombos, but like our knowledge of the mechanics of the game are not exactly there just yet.